someone has gone to everyone else, they've tried the normal routes, the general pathways that most people would go down to seek help, and I think they eventually sort of end up on the doorstep here. And if you're able to make some change in that person's life, I think that is probably the most rewarding part of it. I'm Jack. I'm from the South Island of New Zealand. Ended up here almost 2 years ago now. Absolutely loving my time in London so far. It is a little bit different to being back home, but yeah, very much enjoying it at the moment. The general energy of the clinic, I think with it being semi-open plan, I think with working with so many different practitioners in here at multiple times, does create quite a fun, sort of lively environment to work in. And especially once patients are used to that, they might run into a friend in here, or they generally start chatting to the desk staff before they come into their appointment. I think adds to the overall sort of fun of the experience. So it's not just the coming in to see the chiropractor and it's boring old Jack and then I leave. I think it is quite an enjoyable environment to be in. And my experience of chiropractic was through sort of one practitioner to begin with. It began, I would say, through my own personal injuries. Some issues I was having when I was a little bit younger playing sports that just kept reoccurring. You go and see all the sort of usual specialists and go down all the normal routes, and eventually went and saw the local chiropractor in my town, which made a massive difference to not only my sporting but also my school, not dealing with pain while trying to do all my studies. And then eventually you start trying to think of a career, what you're going to do moving forward as an adult. And I think the more I learned about it and the more I sort of understood how I could spend more time sort of learning about the human body and sports and performance, and then also helping people, I think that sort of definitely, sucked me into the career, I suppose. So I studied up in Auckland, so sort of left home, went up there, which was definitely eye-opening for sure, leaving the country town. But yeah, I think it sort of just opened my eyes to different ways that I could perform chiropractic myself. It didn't necessarily have to be the way that I had it done to me. So my approach to patient care is, to put it into one word, would be holistic. So I'm generally trying to look at every aspect of their life that could be affecting them. So it's not just the physical aspect, like the posture or the exercise or the movement that caused the injury. I think it is very important to consider people's lifestyle, consider people's stress levels, consider their nutrition, sleep. All of these different things do tie into the overall picture as to what's happening with that person. And I think it's very important to do that, to then get a proper grasp of how you can then actually manage that person moving forward. I think the most challenging part can be, people are coming in quite, emotional sometimes. So I would say they're coming in, obviously seeking help, but some people have really needed that for quite a long time. And I think it can be, quite emotionally taxing sometimes. The people I seem to connect with the most are generally just your day-to-day, full-time working people, the people who, yes, they are probably getting out there and exercising and going to the gym, but primarily it's look, this is starting to affect my life, it's starting to affect my work life, I'm not doing well enough at work, it's changing my sleep patterns. I would say it's just those people that are quite focused on being able to just get back into their career and not have this issue affect them in their day-to-day lives. So if you are interested in booking an appointment with me, feel free to call the clinic, or you can click our link and book an appointment through the website. I look forward to seeing you.